Oh, all right. Once again, I know this is probably like also weird. Like, what am I normally doing? But like I say, this is what you do when you're in a new city, man. You kind of tour, go through some new things. Um, I'm at this place called like Velvet Taco. I don't know if you know, but like Nashville's where I'm at. So yeah, I'm at this place called Velvet Taco. You know what I'm saying? This one's like lasagna or something, and then this one's like brisket. I don't know. The lady told me this place is good, so I guess we trying it out. But I'm sitting here thinking about it, kind of thinking about life, as I tend to do. Nah, for real though, as I do. And I think that the message that I kind of want to give to y'all, just being here and in this environment and in a new place and just trying to looking over things, I'm starting to realize, like, bro, you're not an imposter. We're not imposters. A lot of the times, I just got done as a matter of fact, I just got done with a corporate trip. And I feel like a lot of the times when you're in those kind of scenarios, you're surrounded by other people who are on the same journey as you, right? A lot of people who are driven, who are focused, dedicated, you know, kind of like this channel, but it can kind of be like, you know, what's, I guess you say, is a little different than our community is the fact that it can be toxic, because it's more of a competition. At the end of the day, we want a job. At the end of the day, we want to survive in this world, and it's kind of like we're all competing for a spot. But what I'm starting to understand is that when you get into those environments, it can feel like maybe you're not as prepared, or maybe you're not as ready as the people around you. And I just want to let everybody know, like, bro, this weekend let me know that I'm not an imposter, you know? There was a presentation, and let's just say that my passion and my ambition always pushes me to try to do things at a super high level, at the highest level that I can. And for me, a lot of the times when it comes to presentations and, you know, when it comes to tests, I guess, it's kind of like the way that I want to do it is I want to be so good at it that I could do other things while I'm doing it, if that makes sense. So if I'm rapping, I'm on stage, I want to be able to fold my clothes and rap the song. I want to be able to be walking down the street with my girlfriend and be thinking about the song and know all the lyrics and not mess them up, but still having a conversation with her. Like, that's how I want everything that I'm doing to be internalized. Like, it has to be second nature, right? If you're on the court and you're dribbling, you want to be so good at dribbling that, bro, you could pour a glass of milk and keep the ball. You know what I mean? Like, that's just how good I want to be at everything that I'm doing, right? So that requires a ton of repetition, a ton of time. And as life has progressed, I found myself having less and less time and less energy to perfect things, right? And that's kind of how I felt with this presentation. But that doesn't even mean that my ambition changed in any way. It's just that I didn't have the time to be that great, right? It wasn't all the way there. And what I'm starting to see is that, you know, when I did my presentation, one, I didn't mess up at all. It went well, right? But it was kind of like, it still didn't match my standard. I felt like, man, like, I could have been better. I could have been, you know, whatever. And I kind of walked away from it not really knowing how I was perceived. You know, everybody else did really well. I mean, it was just kind of weird, and I just had a standard for myself, and I didn't feel like I matched up to it. So in a way, I'd almost felt like I blew my opportunity just because maybe I should have went harder or whatever. But once the presentations were over, I got complimented by so many people telling me, like, hey, bro, like, you really did your thing, bro. Like, that was some of the best presentations I've seen, bro. Like, that was really good. This is like a fritter or something. It's a lasagna flavored taco. I don't know. You know, it's good, but I mean, weird, but it's pretty good though. I ain't gonna cap. It's pretty good. That little fritter part was. It's good, bro. For sure. But anyways, what I understood was that, you know, the whole goal of all of this was to get a job offer. The whole goal was to be in a position where you've impressed VPs, you've impressed, you know, that executive level management that will endorse you. And let's just say that I have received that endorsement. That being said, I realized, like, just because I didn't necessarily perform up to my standard and I didn't feel like I was ready, doesn't mean I wasn't ready. That doesn't mean that I wasn't who I needed to be in order to receive the blessings, receive what it is that God had for me. You know what I'm saying? I feel like it's more about who you are than it is whether or not you're performing perfectly in every situation. You know what I mean? Because I think that the true gift and the true understanding is that I had the desire to do it as best as I could, right? And because I had that desire, I've surpassed a lot of my competitors, right? There's a level that's desired to, operate efficiently at any position that you get. But the reality is that in life, I think that the Lord can give you a blessing, and if you're not who you need to be to receive it, it'll just fall flat. It won't grow, right? We just talked about growth, right? But the reality is that in that moment, I realized even though I didn't do it perfect, the Lord was able to use that moment to show me like, hey, you don't have to be perfect because I've already chosen you. You know what I'm saying? So this is more of a message to anybody like, bro, if you walk through the fire, you're not an imposter, bro. I rehearsed for that speech so many times. Everybody around me was leaving. I'm leaving early. I'm doing this, bro. I sat in that room and rehearsed it over and over and over. And for some reason, it just didn't come to me. Like my memory just wasn't hitting like that. But I told y'all, when I got up there, I did what I could. It wasn't as pristine as I like it to be, but I did what I could. And it was like, that was enough because the Lord, in my opinion, He blessed me to be able to just display what I had already been doing. And did it come out the way I wanted? No, but that was enough. So that being said, it's kind of like, bro, if you're willing to put in the work, if you're willing to step up to the fire and say, okay, I'm gonna walk through this, holding God's hand, I'm gonna do what I need to do, bro, you're not an imposter. And you have to understand, this might seem a little cliche, but different dishes and we're all like, let's just put it like this, we're all like little, I guess you say, dishes, like cuisine. It's like you put something in the oven, the macaroni might take a little longer than the lasagna, but if they put you in the fire, you're gonna turn out what you're supposed to be. You know what I'm saying? So what I'm trying to say is, somebody could go through the fire and only be in there for an hour. You were in there for 2 hours, but that doesn't make you any less tested than that person. It's just that their journey only required for them to be baking for an hour. You know what I'm saying? So the same thing with me. It's like, yeah, somebody else might have gone through 3 years of school or gone through this program or that program or have a list of their resume so long and have all these different accolades and be this person, but we're all at the same table, right? And it doesn't really matter what got us there. It's about who we are. And if God chose you and this is your journey, this is your spot, this is what you're supposed to do, then you're not an imposter, and you don't have to feel like you don't deserve it if you get it. You know what I mean? It's what it is. If it works out for you, it works out for you. The only thing that you can control is how much effort you put into it every day. You know what I mean? So, I kind of want to get to my food. I'm not gonna cap because it's kind of getting cold. No, I'm just playing. For real though. I want to see y'all win, bro, and I want more so that when you win, that you know that you deserve it and that you know, bro, you worked for this. It does not matter how long it took somebody else or what haters try to discredit you or whatever, bro. You work for this. This is yours. Enjoy it. You know what I'm saying? Flourish in it. Grow it. Maintain it. You know what I mean? Because that's what it's all about. And continue that growth. Continue that persistence. And allow what you've gone through to build you. Allow what you've gone through to teach you and sustain you in your new place. You know what I mean? So if you got there and the Lord gave it to you and He blessed you with it, it's yours, bro. It's fine. You know what I'm saying? Like, shoot, just like this taco right here, bro. This lasagna taco from Velvet Taco. Shout out. It cost me $6, but I paid for it. So now I'm finna enjoy it. But yeah, if you do that, like I always say, you'll prosper as your soul prospers. That's all I got, man.